Hi there, Scary Gary. Glad you guys came back. Well, we're in Canada and we're actually going to kind of take our first part of a vacation that we're going to go see something. 'Cause so far on this trip, we've been just driving. So we're going up to Banff National Park. Specifically, want to go up to see Lake Louise. I went up there when I was a kid 57 years ago, and believe me, things have changed quite a bit. Um, at Lake Louise is the Chateau Lake Louise, which actually is the Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise. When I was a kid, um, we camped beside it, and my grandfather was on the trip with us, and he actually slipped in the shower, and Dad had to take him over to the chateau, and they stitched him up on his head. And the only thing I remember as a kid was that he was very happy because my grandfather was bald. I don't know where I get it from. Um, and he said, well, they didn't have to shave my head. So, but that's really the only activity we had at the chateau itself. Now, it's a little bit different nowadays, is that you can't you can't drive over there unless you get there very early, or possibly if you're staying at the hotel, then you can stay over there. But they shut it down because there's limited parking over there. So we parked over on the other side of the road where the gondola was at, and that's they call it the gondola, but it's the ski lift. And we went there first, and at the gondola area, you can catch a shuttle that takes you over to the chateau and Lake Louise itself. But we went ahead and we signed up for the gondola. I believe we paid $50 a person for a ticket, and that got us a trip on the gondola, and it also gave us a free lunch with it, so we kind of bought the package with it. I checked online, and they don't have the price set for this year as of yet, but we went up on the gondola. Beautiful views from the top, little walking trails, wildlife, up there, but it was beautiful sights. And then we came down and we signed up for the shuttle. That's one of our first mistakes. We should have signed up for the shuttle before we went up to the top, because it was almost like about a 2-hour wait to go over there. And then we had to sign up to come back, which we signed up about 90 minutes later. And so we just sat around at the bottom, got a little ice cream and just took it easy until our time came. We got over to Lake Louise. We basically walked down to the lake, and that's the one thing that's very beautiful about Lake Louise. It's emerald color of the lake. And supposedly there is a mineral that gets in the glaciers and the runoff, and it comes down and it stays suspended in the lake, and that's what makes the colors. What one of the drivers told us, at least. But we just get right down to the lake, and guess what happens? It starts pouring down rain. So we ended up spending the next 90 minutes inside the chateau, which there was some shops in there, and there was a few places to sit down. They did have some restaurants in there, but we had already eaten on the other side. And it's the first time, I gotta admit, I've ever really been in the chateau. Now, I said before it was called the Fairmont. Little history about the Chateau Lake Louise. It was opened in 1882 by the Canadian Pacific Railroad Company. Very well known. They actually called it the Hollywood of the North. It's a very, very nice hotel. It was changed to the Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise in 2001. I checked online and just saw what it would be to get a room for a couple nights in the middle of July, middle of the week, and they started at $16.50. And of the ones that I was looking at, I saw some that went up to almost $3,000 a night. $1,650 a night kind of makes camping look pretty good. But it was something I saw when I was a kid, so it was very, very nice to see it again. Well, I hope this has been somewhat informative, and I sure hope to see you next time.
If you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up.
Turn on your post notifications.
Put comments down below.
Subscribe or this will happen to you.